Well, hello Facebook Live. This is another Idea Sex Live called Basic Bedroom Tantra. So finally, Idea Sex is actually talking about sex. So here we go. Let's kick into it. Alright, so quick couple of shout outs. So the first off, the inspiration for this video goes to Eyal, and Eyal was one of my first, he was my first Tantra teacher along with Emma Power, and I really wanted to just, honor him with this post, and I hope I do right by your understanding of what you would call basic Tantra, but this is my opinion I'm giving right now. But I'll link to you in the description down below. And also, Tantra Australia, another shout out to them. They've been dropping some really cool stuff, and I'll link to their Facebook page in the comments down below. You can check out their posts, really good juicy stuff that they just drop in little comments. So this is based off a couple of those, and I'll just build upon it with my understanding and the stuff that I teach in sensualfreedom.info, which is my startup that I've got for basically teaching daily intimacy on a regular basis. So, being able to create intimacy in our everyday lives, that's what Sensual Freedom teaches, and specifically, of course, as well, how to become a better lover and how to enjoy that bedroom action that much more. So, here we go. So, of course, drop your comments as they come, as you're thinking any thoughts, but I'm going to start riffing on this stuff and really just giving you guys some basics, and we'll go from there. So, my connection is weak, though, so give me a moment. I'm just going to move across. Yes, I am almost naked. I felt that might be appropriate. I almost put a shirt on, but it is LA, and it's stinking hot here, man, in California heat. So, first off, the biggest key is that most of us treat lovemaking as almost like an inward experience. It's like we sort of try and feel into our body and close our eyes, and really, it's cool to kind of get lost in your own feelings, but that you can do that by yourself. Like, you can sit there and I do encourage people to actually self-pleasure and to really take time to be the source of your own deep pleasure, so you don't need it from other people. But, when we're connecting in the bedroom, the focus really needs to be about presence. It really needs to be about actually feeling what is going on in this moment between these two souls that are connecting in this kind of way. So, take a step away from the whole idea of fantasizing. It might not feel right at first, but after a while, after a few sessions of not fantasizing and being completely present, you'll be amazed at how beautiful it can be to just connect with another real human, right? Rather than fantasizing and thinking of the optimal person we would want to be making love with. Some of us, myself included, I've done it in the past, have, even thought about other people whilst making love, and what's the point of even doing it, man? Like, just grab a fleshlight, right? So yeah, Renee's kicking in here saying she has issues focusing on my lover when my eyes are shut, and that's the whole thing. So open your eyes, be with the pleasure of the moment, put some candles on, if you want to lighten the mood a bit, you can do things to make the room itself more welcoming. But the key is to start to be basically aware of your own body, your mind, especially your partner in front of you. So it's a masturbatory habit that we have of just like always going towards the inner fantasy world. And this connection with another person, it's not about give or take, right? Like it's about a sharing of this experience together. It's not like I give you pleasure, therefore you receive it now in your head, or you do your thing. I've done my bit, you've gotten off, now it's my turn to get off. That's the kind of standard to and fro love making that's happening all over the place, man. And really, it can be this polarizing experience of like a dance, right? Like you can have it that one person is taking the lead, the other person's surrendering completely in that moment, and that can happen the whole time. Especially if someone's new to Tantra, it might help for them to just surrender to what is being done, what is being created, not being done, but what is being created by the lover that's taking you on this journey, the person who's leading you into deep, intimate love. Loving the likes and loves coming through here. This is a cool topic. I might have to do it more. So you can also, at dance, we can also have the other person take the lead and switch, right? You can have it be that one person's taking, and by the way, I use the terms yin and yang for feminine and masculine, respectively. So, you know, when we hear feminine, I don't use feminine and masculine because we have both those things, those energies co-rising in us in every single moment. So, you know, let's just call them yin and yang because we've got both those things going on, and they're not like gender specific. So, you know, you can take turns being the yin and the other person being the yang, and there's this thing called polarity, which is, it's a bit more advanced, but it's basically where you've got one person being the leader and the other person being the follower in many ways, or, you know, the yin and the other person being the yang. It creates that spark, right? The other thing you can do is also co-rise within that and both be the yin and the yang in the dance together, just like you would on a dance floor, and especially on an ecstatic dance floor. There's that too. So basically, so keeping your body relaxed and your breath relaxed is very, very, very important. And your breath, it should be like a deep. So you can go into your stomach. I'm in talk mode, so I'll take a moment actually to give you guys a full breath. So in through the nose into the stomach, fill the chest, and then out from the chest, and then out of the stomach as well. So that looks like this. And allowing whatever voice or tone to come out. It can be quite sexy. I don't know what it is to turn too X-rated, but you know that sound can really enliven a connection between you, rather than this. I don't want to see any memes of that, by the way. You can just have this full deep breath that's like stomach, chest, and then chest out, stomach out, and really twice as long on the out breath as on the in breath. That's the basics of a tantric breath that you would use in a bedroom. So it really does stop any kind of tension from sort of coalescing in one particular point in the body. So you really like relaxing the whole body and allowing the whole thing to breathe up and down. It really does help with relaxing the whole body, and that's one of the keys to getting to orgasm, by the way, is, you know, being relaxed in the first place. So, and when I say getting to orgasm, I should say getting to climax, because the whole experience is an orgasm, and I'll cover that in another video, but the whole experience of lovemaking is orgasmic if you allow it to be. Right, so, okay, so there's another couple of points that they make in some posts on the Tantra Australia side. I kind of diverge on this. I'll give you what one of their points of view is, and then I'll build on it to what my belief and what I teach is. So they talk about learning to feel into and then through your partner, so that your attention is directed beyond their sensation, beyond your own sensations, and even beyond your partner's sensations. They say to practice with feeling outward without limit, as if you were feeling into infinity. I love that concept. It's a beautiful esoteric concept. I'll finish off their thought. In other words, whatever you're feeling, feel it fully, and then feel through it and beyond it, so that sex becomes a constant feeling through and beyond every sensation, rather than focusing on any particular sensation. So, really cool stuff. And hello, Anita Benita. Welcome to the cast. Giving some love. Thank you for your likes and shares. So I believe that we should focus primarily on what is happening between you, rather than your inner world or the one that's outside of your sacred space that you've set up. So this whole idea of feeling into the universe, I've done it many times before. It is a beautiful, excellent experience. You know, but I prefer to have that kind of experience on the dance floor. Personally, I like to connect with the universe. I find it much easier to do that in a public space where I'm actually connecting with the universe in a grander scale than what I am in the bedroom. So, you know, when I'm in the bedroom, and I teach people as well to do this, I'm there for the divine between the lovers. There's plenty of time to connect with the divine out there. Go hug a tree or something, right? Like, there's plenty of ways in which to do that. But when I'm there, I want to be like 100% present, 100% there with you as my lover. So, you know, as for the inward, of course, I think it's actually still valid, but it does have a bit of a negative tendency in tantric circles to, and I said it before, you know, you really want to focus outside of yourself. The reason why I say you want to do that is because for most of it's our default mode from our upbringing, right, to always focus inwards. So we've had years, if not decades, of practice doing that. So we don't need to do more of that, but I do think it is valid, and I want to make sure that you do still feel validated in your experiencing that. It's still a valid experience. It's just not one that's going to necessarily have you guys coming back together again for more action. So So another thing that they talk about this, just typing in here, looking at exploring neuromassage with my partner, gel on the way in the mail about connecting and sliding all over your partner for a long time before main sexual organs connect. I'm sorry, that should be like your default love-making situation. If you're going straight for the gun, unless you're going for a 5-minute quickie because you gotta go, there's no reason to have that genital contact for a long period, like when lovemaking. So, yeah, I totally approve of that recommendation, Renee, and I think we should make that our default. And when we're not just experiencing the lovemaking session, there's actually plenty of time during the day to experience tantric practice, so that when you get to the bedroom, you're not just practiced in that you know how to do it and how to breathe, but you're also primed and ready to go. Like you're actually building the excitement, building the joy, and the hype. The hype is real when you're able to focus during the day on actually breathing, so that you can feel the energetic movement that it goes. It should basically goes down the body through your inhalation, and then on your exhalation coming up your spine. So if you can focus on that little energy cycling like a circle, then we'll talk about this in a more advanced class. You can start to incorporate that circle with your lover and create a figure 8 between them. But that's for another time. So what else we got? Just we're almost done here. Not obviously, sorry, this is a basic tantra video, my apologies. So if you're chronically thinking too much, if you find your mind going elsewhere and you're like wandering off, then that is a sign that your energy is actually blocked. Your focus is just on this one chakra point or this one area of your mind, and it's not able to move all the way up and down your body freely, and at the same time, on a macro level, encompassing all those chakra points. So that, and even addiction to ejaculation. If you need to do it all the time, then there's another indication that your energy is sort of trapped down below there and not able to move freely. So keep that in mind as well. So whilst you're making love, occasionally you want to practice like an upward contraction. So whilst you're in the process of doing that, you want to basically like tighten your pelvic floor muscles. Both guys and girls can do this, and what it does, it actually, if you do it with a breath of like feeling your sexual energy move up your chakra, so just move up your body if you're new to Tantra, right? Feel your energy moving up your body instead of being located down there, right? I almost moved the camera down there. Instead of being trapped down there, you can actually let it rise up, and what that will do is it'll have you last longer for starters in the bedroom, and it'll allow your experience to be a deeper one and a much more pleasurable one. Like for those of you who know, like, which would be most of us guys in particular, if you've had those really quick sessions, the orgasm isn't really even worth it. It's like, wow, that was it, right? And it becomes this weak little, which is just not even why you're even doing it, right? So, hey Spencer, welcome to the cast, man, and yeah, welcoming any kind of comments and questions you guys have got as I cover the basics of Tantra. So the thing with that as well is it's the kind of I use the same muscles, and I believe it is the same muscles that you would use when you want to, like you're in the middle of urinating and you want to stop that mid-urination, like suddenly someone walks in or something, that kind of feeling where you cut it off. That is the feeling where you want to tense those muscles and then allow you to last longer if you're a guy, and to feel that energy across your whole body if you're a girl. So, here's a point I wanted to make as well. When you're first exploring Tantra, especially if you're doing it and your partner isn't, or they're not really interested in the topic as much as you are, it does take two to have it go well. You could be the best tantric practitioner around, but if the other person is feeling too closed, or they're too locked into the whole normal porno sex, it might not even be worth beginning the session with them. Because you're just probably both going to be disappointed. In my relationships, it's quite interesting to note, and with different partners I've had, that the openness and the ability of the other person exponentially increases my enjoyment of the bedroom. I enjoy normal porno sex as much as most people, but it's not fulfilling. It's not deeply, intimately connecting. It's not I mean, it's more than shaking hands, right? But once you experience true tantric bliss with somebody who's really committed to learning it with you, there's really no going back. So that's cool. If they aren't open to it, or if you've been with them for a while and you're still sort of going back to that normal old school sex, the very mechanical, let's do this, let's get the person off, and then I get off, and then we're done. If they're not really willing to learn that, it might be just worth just giving them a couple of tips if they're open to hearing it, and letting them practice on themselves and by themselves and come back to you later, because your energy is better spent with yourself, making love with yourself, or frankly making love with somebody who's open to having really deep, connecting, true tantric love. So, particularly when you go towards orgasm, another point, if you can combine like that contraction and that upward lift, you can essentially shoot an orgasm up through your crown chakra, through your brain, into your head, and all the way through your body. So you can actually start to have a whole body orgasm. And believe me, a whole body orgasm is one of the most profoundly life-changing experiences you will ever have. Right? You will see the whole world differently once you're able to have whole body orgasms. Guys and girls can have them. And my record is 15 minutes, right, in a public place of a whole body orgasm. So please, I want you to set the challenge and beat 15 minutes and message me so that I can beat that record after that. So just get on that. Look, there's not much else to say, guys. If you got any other questions, I can answer them now. Otherwise, it seems like you've enjoyed this video, so I may produce some more very soon. That's about it, actually. So, love all your faces. I'll chat to you soon. Please let me know any ideas or any requests you have for topics that I can talk on. Check out the Idea Sex channel. I'll link to that down below, and you'll see what questions are coming up there. Sorry, you'll see what topics I talk about there on that channel, and just sort of pick something around freedom, basically, or any kind of idea, really. Right now, as long as it's exciting to me, I will talk about it. I'm having a blast doing this. So I'm just going to quickly double check. There was a question from Renee. Sorry, Renee, I didn't get your question. If you could just retype that in for me there. And anyone else, if you have any questions. Can't you see my question? Do you believe you can connect with your partner, there it is, from long distance if you both start breathing at the same time? Yeah, I believe on a fundamental level, quantum entanglement is a real thing. So once we've quantumly entangled legs and connected in that kind of way, we certainly can connect through thought and through focused meditation. I believe that. I believe we should also use tools that make it easier, like Skype. So, use that, and then basically be able to focus in on each other's breathing and match them across the airways. Absolutely. If you're going to do the long distance thing, try that out. But yeah, don't be afraid of using other tools to help you, but don't be moving towards orgasm, and just enjoy the experience of the connecting and the love making itself. Start breathing at the same time, just in different connections. Yeah, absolutely. Like just having your... Yeah, absolutely. Pre-home foreplay. I like that. I really like that. So yes, you can do that. I've done that with people without necessarily setting up a video or something like that. You can say, okay, at this time, it's 7:28. We will start breathing at the same time for 1 minute. Focus on and you give yourselves a couple of ideas. So 1 second breath in, and then a 5 second breath out, or whatever, 1 or 2 second breath in, 5 second breath out, and have it be on a cycle that's linked through your watches is what I would encourage you to do, and I think that will help bring extra strength and resonance to that. So do that. Thank you guys. Peace out, and we'll see you next time. Mwah!